Executive Summary Tutorial and Instructions. The first written section of the business plan is the Executive Summary. This is a summary of the key points and areas of the business plan and is many times judged to be the most important section of the business plan. In the Executive Summary, the content presents the company and describes what it does. In the Executive Summary, briefly explain the company's products and/or services and why the business will be successful. The Executive Summary should be at the beginning of the document. As the first section, it should give the reader, either management, partners, investors, lenders, or other interested parties, a nice high-level review of what the overall business encompasses and the strategies it will follow. What is in the Executive Summary should be addressed in depth throughout the remainder of the business plan. The summary should touch on the sections and content that will be detailed in the business plan to give an overall understanding of what will follow. Be captivating but not overly puffy as to encourage the reader to want to get deeper into each section and read the whole plan. Make the main points about who, how, and what the company is and does. Given the fact that the Executive Summary is at the front of the business plan, usually read first and encapsulates sections from the whole document, it becomes a key component of the business plan and as such needs to be strong and crisp. Pull in the reader by encompassing the main points of the business, but just give them the high points so that they are enticed to read the rest of the document. A subheading in the Executive Summary is the Financial Summary. Here, in the business plan, it is common to show the financial highlights for the company over the next few years of operation. Many times, a chart is used to convey the highlights of the financial summary. Financial outlooks such as revenue, expenses, and profit are charted here. The next subheading in the Executive Summary is the Mission Statement. The mission statement is a short declaration of who the company is, what it provides, and its beliefs. The overall philosophy of what the company advocates can be addressed in the mission statement. Finally, in the Executive Summary are objectives. Objectives for a company are clearly defined targets that are set by management or business owners. The marks the company intends to hit by executing on strategies in the plan are written here. Listing company objectives helps to give management and all stakeholders a clear perspective on what targets the company expects to pursue. These targets do not have to be only financial. Looking at and reviewing objectives can give a means for a company to track growth and reflect on how the company is doing based on what it stated it would do. Objectives should take into account the desires of all those involved with the company. Using the plug-and-plan template to write an executive summary for a company can be done by simply finding the yellow highlighted space on the page and entering your company name. There is also a blue highlighted space where you can type in the location on where the company will be providing services and/or operating from. If users would like to use the template content as a guide and make changes to the writing to best suit their exact business, that can be done. Users are welcome to stay with the written content the template supplies if it is suitable for their company. Using the plug-and-plan template, the next page has a chart which provides a financial summary of the company's next few years of operations. This chart highlights total income and net income. After users have customized the financial statements for their specific company, they will want to return to this chart and make changes so that they match the new financial statements. By right-clicking this chart, a pop-out will appear. The pop-out will provide several options. Users want to scroll down to Edit Data or Edit Data in Excel and the data table will appear. Once they're in the table, type in and make the necessary changes to the figures. The plug-and-plan template provides a mission statement. Users are welcome to use the statement as if it will work for their specific company or change it if needed to match up to the exact operation. The plug-and-plan template also provides some sample and example objectives for a company. Users are welcome to use them as is if it will work for their specific company or change it if needed to match up to the exact operation. Market Analysis Tutorial and Instructions. The Market Analysis section of the business plan is where the market of the company will be operating in is explained. Here, it is important to illustrate the industry the company will be operating in. This should be done with a narrative description and possibly a graphic if available and necessary. Industry analysis is often available from third-party research firms. Target market is a subsection in the market analysis section. Here, a description of who the products and/or services will be marketed to is discussed. If the company has a brick-and-mortar operation in which products and/or services will be sold, some data on the location may be included. This data is typically in the form of demographic statistics, which many times include age, income level, marital status, and the like. Competitive analysis is the next subsection of the market analysis area of the business plan. The competition the company will face for its products and/or services should be covered here. There will be direct competitors, other companies that are involved with selling the same products and/or services, and indirect competitors, those companies who sell products and/or services that can be used as alternatives. In this subsection, the competitive advantage the company will have over others in the market is discussed as well. The next subsection under market analysis is the SWOT or SWOT, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here, describe the influences within the company that will lead to or hamper success in achieving goals. There are often external and internal elements that will have a positive or negative impact on the company achieving goals. These should be addressed here. In the plug-and-plan template, users are supplied with a solid market analysis that can be used. Research references are sourced in the back of the plan under the addendum section. In this section, the target market is also discussed for the business. The template provides a high-level target market analysis that can be used as is, or users can add to this area of the business plan by searching for some specific data about the target market they will be operating in. If users wish to dig deeper into their target market and add information into the plan, they will be looking for data such as the demographics of the customers the company will be targeting. The results of an internet search for this information can then be pasted into the business plan here in this section. The plug-and-plan template has a blue highlighted space where users can type in the location of their business and where it will operate. The plug-and-plan template provides a general competitive analysis and advantage statement for the industry that can be used as is or as base content to add to. If users wish, they can add specific competitors within their market. A sample SWOT analysis is included as well with the plug-and-plan template, which covers the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for the business. This SWOT analysis is in the form of a smart art graphic. By clicking it and entering each area of the graphic, users can customize the points if needed to suit their specific company. Monthly income statement projection, monthly tutorial and instructions. The monthly income statement and profit and loss projection is typically done for startups. This is a report that indicates the revenue and income and expenses of the company in an initial period of the projection time, monthly. The statement reveals the net income and profit or loss the company has for each month of the initial projected time period. The template has an income statement projection monthly detail pasted into the business plan Word document for an initial time period. This statement is taken from the Excel workbook. Users of the plug-and-plan template and its accompanying Excel workbook are welcome to use the sample figures as a guide to create their own statement projections. Marketing and Sales Strategy Tutorial and Instructions. The Marketing and Sales Strategy is the next section of the business plan. In this section, the strategies on how the company will get customers should be discussed. The methods of advertising and communicating to customers and potential customers should be detailed. Products and/or services promotional methods are covered here. Some information about the pricing of the products and/or services the company will have would be mentioned here. Include strategic undertakings that will be used to tell potential customers and existing customers the advantages of purchasing and using the company's products and/or services. Declaration about how the company will penetrate the market by utilizing the marketing strategy should be discussed. The distribution of products and/or services is explained here as well. The plug-and-plan template provides sample content that can be used for the marketing and sales strategy of a company in the industry. If users have some specific marketing methods that are not mentioned, feel free to add them. Yearly Income Statement Tutorial and Instructions. The yearly income statement and profit and loss is a report that indicates the revenue and income and expenses of the company over a period of time. The statement reveals the net income and profit or loss the company has for the specific time period. The template has a yearly income statement projection summary pasted into the business plan Word document. This statement is taken from the Excel workbook. Users of the plug-and-plan template and its accompanying Excel workbook are welcome to use the sample figures as a guide to create their own statement projections. Yearly Projected Cash Flow Statements Tutorial and Instructions. The yearly cash flow statement is a report that indicates the details of the company operations for a specific period of time that influence the company's cash account. Inflows and outflows of cash and details about capital flows are quantified in the statement. The cash flow statement indicates the way in which fluctuations in balance sheet accounts as well as income statement accounts impact cash. The template has a yearly cash flow statement projection summary pasted into the business plan Word document. This statement is taken from the Excel workbook. Users of the Plug-and Plan template and its accompanying Excel workbook are welcome to use the sample figures as a guide to create their own statement projections. Yearly Projected Balance Sheet Statements Tutorial and Instructions. The yearly balance sheet statement is a financial report of a company that gives a view of the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Taken together, an observation of these three pieces of the financial puzzle provide investors, lenders, management, and all interested parties an idea as to what the company owns and owes, as well as the amount invested by stakeholders. The balance sheet provides a measure of a business's value at a particular point in time. It is considered a snapshot in time. The template has the yearly balance sheet statement projection summary pasted into the business plan Word document. This statement is taken from the Excel workbook. Users of the Plug-and Plan template and its accompanying Excel workbook are welcome to use the sample figures as a guide to create their own statement projections. EBITDA and Breakeven Tutorial and Instructions. EBITDA is a barometer of how a company is financially performing. By taking out the expenses for any debt and adding back any interest and taxes that may have taken place over the projected period, a clear picture of the company's earning ability is shown. EBITDA is common for lenders and investors to look at when making a lending or investing decision for a company. A break-even analysis indicates when the business will be able to cover all of its expenses and begin making a profit. This analysis calculates the minimum amount of sales needed to cover costs. This is especially critical for startup businesses as it shows the sales threshold that needs to be surpassed before the business becomes profitable. The template has an EBITDA earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization chart pasted into the document. The template also includes a break-even analysis which is taken from the Excel workbook as well and pasted into the business plan Word document. Required Startup or Expansion Funds Tutorial and Instructions. The required startup funds or expansion funds is a breakdown of what money will be needed to start the company or expand an existing company's operations. Separated into asset categories, operating capital, and sources, this financial statement provides a look at what the company needs to start or expand and where the monies will be spent. Owner's equity and its allocation among founders, management, and employees and other investors shows how much of the company is owned by founders, management, and employees and other investors. The template has the required startup and expansion fund statement taken from the Excel workbook and pasted into the business plan Word document. The owner's equity is taken from this worksheet as well and is referenced in the company description section of the business plan template. Users of the template can look to the sample or example figures as a guide in creating their own statement.